마시고.
So we're in beautiful lake house from Janson Coffee Farms. And obviously, when we talk about Panama Geisha, there's no way not to know Janson Coffee, right?
That's very kind.
And I'm obviously super happy to be here.
I'm super happy to be here.
I won WBC with Janson Coffee, so it's truly an honor to be back.
And we tasted that coffee first here at the lake house.
And we tasted the coffee here, exactly.
So it's kind of a fun way to go. So yeah, I'm one of many Jansons. I'm Kai Janson, although known on Instagram as Janson Kai, just because that's the way that is. And one of the biggest fans of Korean coffee culture and culture. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for being here.
Amazing.
And here we are on the lake. That's sort of what makes this terroir very special, is that the two highest alpine lakes in Panama. So around here, Hacienda Las Lagunas, it really sort of makes our coffee, from my perspective, rather special.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having us this time, Kai.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that we got to go up to Los Alpes, our other terroir. This morning was the first time that you'd gone up there.
Beautiful, beautiful farm.
Yeah, and we hung out a little bit in Plano, which is the lot where your coffee came from. Full circle. And here we are in this crazy environment. We've had a bunch of rain this year, but still we've been, I don't know, I'm really happy with our whole team, because I feel like we're doing an amazing job of still luckily creating what I consider to be great coffee. So really, really happy to share with you guys.
그리고 이 얘기를 꼭 해주고 싶어요. 그 잔슨 커피로 보람님이 우승을 하고, 그 다음에 또 우리 GSC와 또 파젠 다음 보람님이 같이 우리가 일하게 됐잖아요. 그죠? 그래서 우리가 또 이렇게 그 다음에 이렇게 우리 같이 일하면서 또 잔슨 농장이 또 같이 오게 됐잖아요. 그런 덕분이 또 잔슨 형님 덕분이라고 한번 얘기를.
So he's saying that like it's quite an interesting meet and connection here, because after I won WBC with Janson Coffee, I started working with GSC. And then through that, GSC got introduced to Janson Coffee as well. So we can...
서울 카페 쇼도 있고.
We spent together time in Seoul Cafe Show last year.
Yeah, it was great. So great energy. So it's great that you guys are here. So welcome.
Everything sort of connected through you.
I don't know if it's me. It's through you. It's through our love of coffee. Let's go with that. And our passion for connecting with wonderful people.
Fantastic. Very, very.
그리고 좀 커피 이야기를 이제 해보자면, 오늘 농장을 너무 인상 깊게 봤거든요. 진짜 너무 아름답고, 야, 이런 곳에서 커피가 자랄까 이런 생각도 했고, 그리고 잔슨 커피는 2개의 농장이 있다고 들었거든요. 그래서 농장에 대한 설명.
Yep. So we're gonna quickly talk a little bit about the coffee and the farms. And he was deeply impacted by visiting Los Alpes today. Especially, it's such a beautiful environment, and it makes you feel like, wow, like coffee grows in this incredible place. So can you talk a little bit about both farms?
Sure. We'll start with Los Alpes. So we visited Los Alpes. It's a farm that we don't generally share very often, because it's very hard to get here, as they will attest. It's basically going up and up and up. And it's amazing that we do farm there, because every day that we're harvesting, it goes up and back down. So Los Alpes is higher up than here, more of a terroir that's a little bit more floral, a little bit more citrus, a little bit more delicate than here in Hacienda Las Lagunas. I really love both of them, and some years I love a coffee from Hacienda more than I like a coffee from Los Alpes. And it just depends on how lucky we are and how we process the coffee. So here we have 2 lakes, and then the coffee farm is going to be back there, and then Los Alpes is actually, when you look over there, it'll be in that direction. So it'll give you an idea of where it is, but it's not easy to get to.
잔슨 커피의 그런 때로하나 환경에 대한 이야기를 한번 물어보고 싶습니다.
So can you quickly talk about what you think it's the sort of like the specific characters of terroir and the environment where Volcan is, especially when people talk about Panama Geisha, we know Boquete and Volcan, and what do you think are like some of the different characteristics of Volcan itself?
Well, I think that everywhere sort of has different microclimates, and when you look at the pictures that we have from Los Alpes, you'll see that this is the newer terroir, so to speak. This is where the lava flow came, so has a very different minerality than Boquete. I think coffees here tend to be strikingly more vibrant sometimes than Boquete, and also sometimes louder. I think for Los Alpes, one of the things that we look to do is really figure out how to put that terroir into a cup. So that terroir, which from the sun and how the exposure is. Anti-singal really results in very floral, very sometimes fruity, but really I'd say very structured, elegant coffees. Here in Haciendas Lagunas, it's much more of a brute force. It's certainly much more less finesse, but that less finesse sometimes turns into just absolute magic. So the weather patterns here in Panama are generally that we have our rainy season from about April through December, and then we have a very dry season. This year it hasn't been exactly like that, but thanks to farm management and how we're picking and how we're choosing to process coffee, I think that we're learning a lot. I mean, we're always learning, always. If we can learn so much more about coffee, it's not that easy.
그리고 좀 전에 야채 공장을 봤잖아요. 잔슨의 그죠? 그래서 그런 어떤 야채나 채소에 관련된 기술들도 많이 갖고 있을 것 같아요. 그런 것들도 좀 커피의 퀄리티에 좀 영향을 끼치는지, 그런 갖고 있는 기술들이 영향이 있는지.
So it's also impressive to see how Janson works with hydroponics, and then there's probably definitely a lot of like agricultural process that you guys are masters at. Is there anything from the different cultures that you guys try to apply in terms of coffee production as well, or no?
I mean, there's a little bit of a mix. I think that, from years of being farmers, we've learned more and more, and we certainly learned more and more about coffee and more about how to fertilize, when to fertilize. So my uncle has really become a master of studying how we can get sweeter coffee. And he's done an amazing job. This year, we'll cup some of the Pacamara, and the Pacamara are wild. I mean, he and I have a little bit of a running argument, because I tell him that one of the reasons that our Pacamara is fantastic is because it's surrounded by geisha. Yeah. So there's some crossover there, and he says, no, that's not possible. And I seem to be winning in the cup, because when you taste our Pacamara, it tastes really different. Yeah, it's floral. It's very different. It's hard to find a vegetal sort of green pepper Pacamara right now with us, which is wild and lovely from my perspective. It's really, that speaks to the terroir in a certain sort of way, because terroir is how we as humans work with what's around us.
그리고 잔슨에서는 어떤 가공 방식의 커피들이 있는지 소개를 부탁드릴게요.
So can you talk a little bit about the specialty of Janson Farms in processing? So what are some of the signature moves for Janson?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we'll start slow. Really, it starts at the farm. It starts by choosing the right seedlings, by feeding, by doing everything that we can to really promote at that, because every single level counts, to how we're harvesting, to really, I think that we're doing an amazing job in the beneficio, in the way that we are receiving coffee, how we transport the coffee to the beneficio, and how it's done, because essentially, the coffee comes and dictates to us what we can do with it for the most part. If it's a certain purple, dark purple, we know that we're going to go with wash. When we have a lot of rains, we know that we're going to go with wash, because we can't really afford to take a chance on the cherry if it's already been exposed to bacteria and other things, which is what happens when it bursts. But to really get down to answering your question in a good way, I think that we dry exceptionally well. So one of the things that we're well known for is Janson X, which is a proprietary, dark controlled environment drying. And we started working in 2018 on that with Ben Morrow from Manhattan Coffee Roasters. So Ben and I have been doing Janson X, which he actually named for some period of time. And I think this year, I don't know, I think that our Janson X is pretty amazing and phenomenal. So I'm really excited to share it.
그리고 보람님도 잔슨 커피를 뭐 굉장히 좋아하고 또 잘 아는 사람 중 한 명이잖아요. 보람님이 느꼈을 때 그 잔슨 커피의 그런 뭐 프로세스의 특징이라든가 그런 바리스타가 봤을 때는 어떤 것 같아요?
So he's asking, in my opinion, like I've tasted, obviously not even close to as much Janson as I wish to, but we did taste quite a few Jansons in the last few years, and in my opinion, I think both farms are very distinct. I think Hacienda Lagunas has this deep like stone fruits kind of profile, a lot of like mango and peach forward fruit flavors. And then Los Alpes is always so much more delicate, so much floral notes. So it has like a full range of complexity that geisha can provide, and it can all be found here. So actually, like those are the biggest characteristics of both funds.
Yeah, I agree.
좋습니다. 그리고 잔슨 커피도 저도 오늘 커핑을 했을 때 정말 인상 깊었거든요. 맛들이 너무 선명하고 진짜 맛있었거든요. 예. 그래서 왜 잔슨 커피는 다른 게이샤 커피와는 왜 다를까? 노하우가 어떤 걸까? 그런 게 좀 궁금하더라고요.
So we've been a few days in Panama, and they've been tasting a lot of our Panamanian geishas as well. But something that they noticed today is how your coffees have very high precision of flavor. It's very easy to notice and identify flavor notes. So he's wondering if there's a sort of like a know-how or a secret about Janson coffees that brings so much precision into flavor.
The secret is
와우.
drying. Drying is the secret.
와.
I mean, everything matters. A question if you're looking at what makes us different than others. I really think that we've been concentrating on drying for quite some period of time. And how you dry, we have so many different ways of drying. So people might have different inoculations and different things like that. But luckily, you know, we've been very lucky to have an amazing team here on the farms that have kept us, you know, doing quite well through different climate change to provide a product that we learned how to make the most of. So I will say drying. I've said it to as many coffee producers as possible because really as a coffee producer, we're all in the same business together. We want to make coffee greater. So sharing with each other is important, at least from my perspective.
그리고 커피 프로듀서가 진짜 힘들잖아요. 예, 정말 저는 많이 느꼈거든요. 이번에 파나마 왔을 때. 그렇게 커피 프로듀서가 진짜 힘든데 와, 그거 왜 계속 하는 걸까요? 예.
So it's visibly noticeable visiting coffee farms, the difficulties and the challenges and hardships of producing coffee. So he's wondering what motivates you to be working in coffee.
That we're in love with it. We have a passion for it. It's part of who we are. So it's part of, you know, it's becoming more and more sort of part of the identity of who we are as a family, even the coffee, you know, the family members that aren't doing coffee. Because we're very proud of what we can do. We're very proud of Panama. Panama has a very special community that works together to make coffee greater. And for me, making coffee greater means connecting people and hopefully raising consciousness. So I couldn't imagine not being involved in coffee. Funny enough, I started in coffee in 1992 before we were doing coffee here on the farm, really. So it's been wild to realize that I've been doing coffee most of my adult life.
1992년부터 커피 시작했어요.
Kind of crazy. Yeah, but I still love coffee and get so excited about it. We have so much to learn. I mean, we're constantly learning. We're constantly trying new things. And the biggest thing to realize is that coffee farmers don't survive without coffee lovers. I mean, we really have to, it's a thing of connection and how we raise the value of what we get to do. So if you have integrity and you have passion in what you do, it's really, I think no one wants to quit that.
와, 92년부터 했으면 저 잠깐 이런 생각했어요. 92년이면은 뭐 지금 거의 33년 그 정도 한 건데 아, 보람님도 약간 이때 되면은 그럼 여기 앉아서 인터뷰할 수 있을까? 보람님도 커피 프로듀서니까 갑자기 그런 생각을
So he's saying it's been like 33 years. So he's wondering where we're gonna be in 33 years from now on.
Yeah. It's well, that's the whole point. I mean, we're gonna be having great coffee, hopefully, in connected ways.
네, 이제 곧 마지막인데 이거 한번 물어보고 싶습니다. 그 이제 잔슨 형님이 생각하는 그런 파나마 트렌드, 파나마 게이샤 커피의 트렌드.
So throughout your experience with Panamanian coffees and as a producer, what do you think would be the future trends for Panamanian coffees?
I mean, I think that the biggest thing about Panama that we have that's very lucky to go back to terroir is that we have microbiome, I mean, in terms of insects and everything like that. So that creates yeasts, which also affect coffee. So I think we're going to become smarter and smarter about creating great coffee. It'll probably be in smaller quantity in different ways and shared in different ways, but hopefully it'll be inspirational to other coffee growing regions. But I think in Panama, you know, there are other varietals that we're starting to see that are quite good, and we'll see how much climate changes the geisha story.
Fantastic.
그리고 보람님한테 질문 하나를 제가 좀 깜빡했는데, 예, 우리 진짜 커핑 열심히 했었잖아요. 그래서 올해 잔슨 커피는 어떤 것 같아요, 보람님?
So he's asking me, we had few incredible cupping sessions today. So he's asking what's my personal opinion about Janson coffees this year. And I feel like, just like you said, the coffees are exhibiting incredible terroir flavor, and obviously all the techniques that you guys been applying for the coffees. I feel the coffees improved significantly from last year too. It was so hard today to pick our favorite coffees, and they were all so close together in terms of scoring, in terms of complexity. Everything's super clean, everything's super precise. So I feel like Janson this year has like leveled up, where they just produce really incredible stuff.
I mean, I feel that way as well.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of scary because I said it to you today. I mean, like, okay, and I said it to Ben earlier, like, I think this is our best year ever. It feels really good. Yeah. Last year was really hard. It was a lot hotter here. It was a lot of different things that happened. We had less production this year. I feel like I've had a hand more so than usual in doing what we're doing, and I think we're just doing a fantastic job. So I'm really excited about and really proud of my family. I mean, I think my dad, my uncles, and everybody are so proud of what they're accomplishing, because it has never been easy. So as you know, as a coffee producer, it goes up and down. You know, it's very difficult, and we need people like Jesse and others to really be a part of our story, because, you know, it's getting that great coffee to the people that love it that's really the key.
Of course.
와, 그럼 이제 마지막으로
So there's a huge amount of coffee fans from Korea that really enjoy Janson Coffee, and I'm pretty sure they're very excited to see what's new from this year. I think around the time the video is out, JC would be already distributing the coffees, and most of the consumers will be having access. So is there any last message that you want to give out to your fans?
Yeah, enjoy it. It's going to be awesome. So
Definitely the best ever, so I wouldn't miss out.
yes, I agree.
우리가 오늘 느꼈던 잔슨 커피의 그런 감동을 또 GSC가 또 전달을 해드릴 수 있거든요. 그래서 진짜 꼭 경험을 해보셨으면 좋겠고, 그러면 우리는 다음에 더 재밌는 콘텐츠로 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Right.
자기소개.